Alright, so in today's video I'm going to talk about some of the most common scams here in the Philippines. And honestly, I almost don't want to call them scams. Scams for me almost, when I hear the word scam, I think of something elaborate, like something like some insurance scam, some major form of trickery. And the scams in the Philippines, to be honest, are usually quite simple in nature. They're not that complicated to detect. It just really takes some common sense. And the problem is with us guys is sometimes we like to be that knight in shining armor, because perhaps in the US we didn't always have a chance to do that. Maybe we didn't have the money, but here, you know, our money goes a lot further. So if you sent her $25, in their opinion, that's a large amount and they're scamming you. But in our opinion, it's $25. You know, we usually don't cry too much over it. But so let's kind of start off with some of the basic ones. The first one is the phone scam. It'll be a different form of a phone scam. The one is she will tell you, I don't have a phone. I'm using my friend's phone. I'm using my cousin's phone, and I don't have my own phone. And what they will do is they will tell you, listen, I want to get to know you, I want to develop a relationship with you, but it's hard to do. I don't know when I can be online because I don't have a phone. I have to borrow the phone all the time. 99% of the time, that's a complete BS. Now, there are times that a girl might come from a poor family and they may have one phone and they kind of share it amongst each other. And like, let's say the sister goes out, then maybe the sister will take the phone out. Or if the mom needs to go to the market or something, maybe the mom will take it. It is possible, you know, but it's not that common. Even amongst the poorest families, somehow they find a way to get a phone used, even a flip phone, something. Okay, so they may ask for money for a phone. Okay, now let's say you've been chatting with her for a while and you've decided, you know what, I want to buy her a phone. What you have to understand is you never ask them how much money you want them to send you. Go online. You can easily Google phones for sale in the Philippines. And you can find, well, let's say this phone, this is a Huawei, nice smartphone, only 4,900 pesos, 100, excuse me, so only 100 US dollars, okay? But you can find even cheaper phones for around 2,000 pesos, 40 US dollars that are still smartphones. They still have the camera, they can still do video chat, all of that. So you can just tell them, listen, you can go buy this phone, you can, and trust me, they should be appreciative of that. If they're saying, oh, well, the phone I want is $100 or a $200 phone or 10,000 pesos, I'm sorry, that's a scammer and it's not a good girl. Okay. So that's with the phone. Personally, I wouldn't buy them a phone unless you really feel like she's a good girl and you feel like you can trust her. Then maybe get her a cheap phone. The worst scenario, you've wasted $50. The other thing is you probably have to send some load. I've done a video on that in my regular YouTube channel where you can sign up for a dingconnect.com. I'll scroll it along the bottom here. And you put $50 on that, and then you can send a $1 over to give them load for their phone so they can video chat with you. For me, that's not a big deal. That's money I don't mind sending. It's not a problem for me. The other thing is the broke phone scam. And you can see this phone here, I just broke it recently. And what they will do is they will say they broke their phone, and they just go on Google and type in broke. They can put down whatever phone they have. They can put broke Apple iPhone, and they click search images and they can find one. You know, it could be one just sitting on the couch or on the table or whatever. And or it could be even one of their old phones that they have that maybe they really did break and they just kept it. They take a photo of it and they send it to you. Hey, I broke my phone, or something like that. So again, most of the time it's complete BS. They just want you to send money to get them a new phone. That's another scam. The other one is the lost or stolen phone. That seems to be quite popular too. So they'll say they've lost their phone or their phone was stolen and they need money for a lost or stolen phone. So I'd say over half the scams in the Philippines tend to be with the phone. Either I don't have a phone, I have to share a phone, I broke my phone, or I lost or had it stolen. Okay, so just be careful with that one. That happens quite often. I just had a guy that I chatted with. He's not on Patreon, so I'll be free to discuss it, but he told me that he has sent his girlfriend 4 phones. The first phone, he said, they got into an argument and she threw it and it broke, and she sent him a picture of it broke. Again, she probably didn't break it. It was probably just a picture on Facebook. What'd he do? He sent her money for another one. Second one, he says she had it stolen. He sent her money again. Third one, she lost it. She left it on the jeepney. Fourth time, he said, I think she broke it again. So 4 times he's sent her money for a phone, and guess what? She probably has the first original phone that he sent her. Or maybe she had a phone the entire time. And all 4 of these times, maybe he just sent her money and she just pocketed it and used it for whatever. And this guy did not want my advice. I said, listen, this girl is no good. And he's like, no, she's good. She's just from a poor family. Come on, 4 times. That's ridiculous. Okay, so that's an example. That's an example of the worst kind of scam. The guy's been scammed 4 times, still hasn't learned his lesson, doesn't want to learn his lesson. So what can you do? All right, so let's move into the second scam here in the Philippines that's quite common, and that is the sick relative. My mom is really sick. She's in the hospital. Or I'm sick and I need medication. My baby is sick. So the sickness one plays a big role. Now, let's say you're with a girl, you've been with her, been chatting for a while, and maybe she really is sick. Well, what you do is you say, go down to the pharmacy, take a picture of the medication, take a picture of the, show me how much it costs, and you can Google, or you know what, you could even send me a message here on Patreon, ask me, hey, how much is it for this, or how much for this phone, or whatever. I'll be glad to go down to the pharmacy, which is right across the street from my house, and tell you. I can also look and tell you how much a certain phone is, how much it costs. There's certainly ways to avoid being scammed here. Okay, so the sick baby, the sick relative, I'm sick, I need medication, those are quite common. Just be careful with that. And if somebody really is in the hospital and they want you to pay a hospital bill, again, you can Google images and you can find hospital bills. Philippines hospital bill for Cebu, and images will pop up and they can screenshot it and send it over to you. And you're like, oh, it's legit. But it's not legit. Again, extremely rare if it really is legit. The other one is simply, I have no food. Okay, I don't have any food in the house. I'm really hungry. I can't eat. Listen, the other one is my baby doesn't have food. I don't have any food to feed my baby. Okay. Let me tell you something about the Philippines. They are extremely communal, and they live right on top of each other. family, friends. They are all very closely connected. I promise you, she could walk over to her neighbor and say, listen, I am so poor, I have no money. Can I have at least just a little bit of rice to eat? They're going to feed you. That's just the Filipino nature. And for them to say, I have no food whatsoever, out of all their friends that they have, I mean, and some of these girls have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and you're telling me not one of them will share a little bit of rice with you? Come on. So that's another scam, the whole food. I'm hungry. My baby doesn't have food. You know, it's complete garbage. So even the poorest of poor, you can find a banana tree, you can find a whatever. I mean, it's garbage. I don't believe it for a second ever. So those are the 3 types of major scams here in the Philippines. That's it. They don't get real complicated, but guys get, we could certainly talk about guys who get married and get swindled out of homes and things like that. That's quite advanced. Maybe in another video I'll do that. At this point, for dating, online chatting, I don't think we really need to step into that territory. But the scams here are really not that elaborate. They're very simple in nature. If you're smart about it, even if you do some research about it and you send her a new phone or whatever, if you keep it cheap, the worst thing that could happen is you lose 50 bucks or something, okay? If you want to send money, you can also do it through Remitly. Remitly is quite inexpensive, so yeah, you can do it through Remitly too. That's one of the cheaper ways. Western Union is no good, so... All right, guys, if you have any questions or comments, comment down below. Guys, just to let you know, I made my first goal. My goal was 250 bucks through Patreon, and you guys helped me achieve it. I have, I think, 29 members now, and I'm just pushed over the 250 mark. I am now pushing my goal to 500. I promised I will start interviewing Filipinas and doing a lot more interview type videos, and I will deliver on that. I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. It's hard to find a willing Filipina sometimes. Sometimes they don't want to show their face or they're shy. So I'm doing my best to find some Filipinas that'll do that. So guys, thank you very much. I'm moving that goal to 500 now. And 500 will enable me to really take care of all my expenses here in the Philippines, which is awesome. I can just concentrate on making videos and putting out good content. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Questions, comments down below. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.